Hello and welcome to this tutorial in MICE Toolkit. In this and the following videos, I will demonstrate how to create your own nodes using Python scripts. First, I will show you how to define the inputs, outputs, and settings of the node. And in the next videos, I'll show you how to use Python to manipulate the data that is applied to the node. To create a new node, go to the plugin menu and select Create New Plugin. This will open up the plugin editor with 4 different panels. In the upper left, you can see a preview of the node, which will update as you change the title, inputs and outputs, etc. To the right of the preview node, you can see the settings for the node. Below these panels, you can design different aspects of the node in different tabs. To the right, you can see the Python script itself. As this is a new node, the Python script is empty. Let's start by designing the node. In the first tab, you can set the name of the node. I will call this node Hello World. As you can see, the preview of the node updates as I start typing. I can also set a description and a tooltip, which will show when I hover the mouse over the information icon in the settings panel. Here you can also set the color of the node. In this case, I'll make it purple to stand out. In the menu path field, you can define under what menu the node will be placed. This is done dynamically, and you can even define new menus or submenus. The default is the Plugins menu, but let's create a new menu called Worlds with a submenu called Greetings. When I hit Save, the new menu will appear with our node in the submenu that we defined. Finally, you can set the version of the node. This will also show in the node information. I can add my new node to the workflow by selecting it from the menu like any other node. If I double-click on the plugin node, it will take me back to the plugin editor. Let's create some inputs and outputs. To add an input, go to the Inputs tab and click Add. If you highlight the input, you can change its properties in the right panel. I'm going to name this input Image. You can see that it changes in the preview. You can also set the name of the variable from where you can access the image in the Python script. You can also set the type of the input. In this case, I'm happy with a 4D float image, which is the standard image type. You can also decide if this inputs take multiple images or if the input is optional. I will add another input. This time, I'll name the input mask, set the variable name to mask1, and change the type to a Boolean image. I will also make this input optional. Next, I'll define the output. I will add a new output just like I did with the inputs. I will set the output name to final image, and I want to return an image, so in this case, I don't have to change anything else. Now, we can add some settings. First, I'll add a setting called factor, which is of type double. I will also set the default value to 1. Next, I'll make a setting of type string. I'll change the name of the variable to image name, and I'll also set the name in the settings panel to image name. I'll make the default value new image. Next, I can add some references. This is useful if you want to reference a paper where the method you're implementing is described. Here, I'll just add MICE tutorial. Finally, we can add the authors. In this case, it's just me. You can see all the changes that we've made by hovering over the info icon over the settings panel. Now we can save the node. If we go back to the workflow, we can see that the node has not updated. We need to import it again from the menu to see any changes. Now you know how to design the inputs, outputs, and setting of a Python plugin node. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.